With the kind of winter we've had, you're probably in need of some car repairs. If you're looking for an honest mechanic, here are some tips to keep in mind. Tip number 5, if you need a mechanic, ask a friend. Seriously, I mean, it's one of the most obvious things to do, but ask a friend, a relative, a colleague if they know a good mechanic. A couple of other good sources for finding out about mechanics: Yelp. A lot of people go to that site for restaurant reviews, got great information about mechanics in your area. And always check the Better Business Bureau. You'll find ratings on all the mechanics out there, and you'll find out if yours really stacks up. Tip number 4, understanding why you might be getting ripped off. Look, there are plenty of honest mechanics out there, but the reason you might be running into a dishonest one is that a lot of mechanic shops work on a commission basis. That means everybody, including the guy who writes your ticket, the guy who fixes your car, even the service manager, are paid some kind of commission based on the volume of work. That often means they end up suggesting work that you might not need to have done. So it's just something to keep in mind. There's not much you can do about avoiding it necessarily, but knowing that one thing alone should allow you to start questioning whether or not the repair is really essential. Tip number 3, let the owner's manual become your Bible. Seriously, if you're going to figure out if a repair or a maintenance item is necessary or not, look at your owner's manual. It will tell you what kind of maintenance you should be doing on your car and when. There is no reason to go beyond that, especially if you're only going to keep the car a few years. The point is, if somebody suggests something and it's not recommended in the owner's manual, have them justify why they're suggesting it. Tip number 2, play the part of Inspector General. If somebody suggests that you need to replace an item, don't just take their word for it. Ask them to show it to you on the car. Now, that's not saying you're going to be an expert mechanic who really understands everything, but the willingness of them to show you what's going on with your car is a good sign of honest communication. It's telling you that they really do want to work with you. And big news, tip number 1, shop around. It's like the old song says, really, don't just settle for one mechanic. There are plenty of them out there. It's not necessarily a good idea just to shop on the basis of price, because some mechanics may do better work. Another thing is, if you are going to shop on the basis of price, understand that going by the per hour rate may not be the best clue. And also understand that you want to build a long-term relationship with a mechanic. So even if they're not the best pricing, if you like the quality of the work and you feel comfortable and they get to know you, that's probably the best way to have a relationship with your mechanic. Happy driving.